Ho, 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 and welcome to a very holiday episode of Ho, ho, ho. Oh, oh. Oh, happy welcome to episode 9 of Savage Discourse season. I don't know what season we're on.
I thought you had a method.
Dude, we were just talking about that. Did you like that? Dude, I thought I'd lean into that.
You did good.
Dude, it
Jesus Christ.
Welcome back. It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah. I thought we were done.
Been a while. Say in Kyle's mind, if we go more than 13 seconds without a podcast, he's like, well, I guess we just need to go turn in all the equipment. I guess we're done. I guess that's it. I guess, you know what? We had a good friendship, a good run. I guess Zach will just never know what's going on over here.
It's been a long time.
No, it's been the same amount of time that we always take our posts in between season breaks.
So the method is two weeks in a row we record and then take 3 months off.
That seems to be our algorithm.
That's not very good.
Well, you see, the thing is, it's not. Excuse me.
You're excused.
It's not about frequency. It's, oh my God, I smell your dad on your breath.
You're gonna need to explain
No,
that.
I'm gonna leave it there. You can explain it. You've got your dad on your breath. You fucking nasty ass. I'm not gonna explain it.
No, me neither.
All right. So, anyway, welcome back. I'm glad.
Sup?
I thought my name's Sulfur. Yeah. I like beans. What letter of the alphabet are you on right now?
J.
No. What food is that?
Jim's.
Oh, I thought you were freeballing. So I guess we are going to have to. You're trying to get me to explain the data.
You don't have to explain
it. I'm not
it.
going to. Good. Great.
All right, so I've been eating a lot of Slim Jims lately, and there's a special Slim Jim called the Savage Jim.
He's not wrong.
No.
It's the same amount of mystery meat pulled from the underside of the meat packaging factory that all other gyms are made of, but this one's a little bit special.
It's the same proportions, but
that's not proportion. That cocksucker's it's like a PVC pipe.
I know it's 3 times bigger, but I'm saying, well, is proportion the right word? The same, like, ingredients, the same.
No, that's not the right word.
What am I thinking of?
The ingredients are the same.
No, there's a word for
it's
it.
It's approximate. It's similar. It's constituted of the same mystery dog meat. Is that what you're looking for?
No, but anyway, it's big, and it's got Macho Man Randy Savage on it, who I sometimes tell people that's my father.
No, tell the story about when you was a lad.
When I was a lad,
and used to tell people that.
I did that at the Mega Cavern.
I thought you said you did it when you were a kid.
No, I did that like 3 years ago.
You did it as recently.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's my dad.
I thought you did that when you were a kid.
No.
You were like, oh, I used to do that all the time. And I was like, oh, he must have been a baby child. You're like, oh, this was last month.
No, I did that all the time, and people believed that shit.
Well, yeah, Savage is such a unique last name.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, it's not his actual name.
Macho Man? Mm-hmm. On his birth certificate, he didn't come out and they were like, baby, look at our boy.
No.
Let's name him Macho first name, Man second, and Randy Savage is his last name.
No, a lot of them actually changed their name. Like Hulk Hogan. Not really Hulk Hogan.
What's his name?
It was Steve.
What if he had like a super Jewish like, my name's Alan Goldstein. Well, now I'm Hulk Hogan, brother. Oh yeah.
Wrestling's weird.
That's wrestling.
That is wrestling.
Oh, shout out to Colin, who will never listen to this podcast or this episode, but now we can tell him that he has to go listen to it.
Yeah.
So we have a buddy. I have one of my best buddies named Colin. I used to work with him, and he loves wrestling. We went over to his. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrestling. We went over to his house, and I was like, "We're gonna go hang out with Colin." And we got there. He was sitting staring at the TV, and he was waiting for a pay-per-view thing to start. And I was like, "What are we doing?" And before I could even finish that sentence, he like 90-degree Blair Witch Triangle turned his head and was like, "Wrestling," and I was like, "Oh, we're watching." Okay, and then we watch these grown. You know what? There is a genuine degree of danger involved.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you hear that it's fake, it's like you assume that like every aspect of
It's
the pageantry
choreographed.
is fake. Well, okay. There's a lot of shit that's goofy. Like they'll stomp on the thing to make it look like they're punching, and they'll stomp and it shakes the ring, and it's like there's some really neat workarounds and some pageantry things happening. But there's also a lot of stuff where when it doesn't line up just right, like it looks pretty hokey.
It's like saying skydiving's fake because you plan on the parachute opening.
That's I don't accept that as a fucking shut up. Give me something better than that.
Well, that's perfect.
No.
Explain how it's not.
Go ahead, Kyle. Map out that allegory.
I already did.
No, you didn't. Map it onto this.
It's on you to prove it's wrong.
The burden of proof is on the burden of
The burden of proof.
the burden of proof is on the pudding. So where's the pudding?
I don't feel like I need to explain myself.
Yeah. Well, you're like, life's like a can of peas. And I'm like, how? And you're like, figure it out.
That's awfully pea-like.
I'm not that's just like a middle of the canned pea thing to say.
If anything, it's more like a can of beans.
Are peas not a bean?
No.
They're a pod.
Peas are a pea. Beans are a bean.
No,
What's wrong with
hold
you?
on. I'm going to Google this.
Are peas a bean?
Are peas a bean? Although it called a pea, it is actually a bean. Fuck you, Kyle. Oh, man, this is like, I am never right typically arguing with you because even though you have this countenance of absolute illiteracy, you typically know what you're talking about. But this feels pretty, oh, you know what? It says, are black-eyed peas really peas? Although it called a pea, it is actually a bean.
So you're
Both peas and beans are legumes.
that doesn't mean a pea's a bean. A
Yes,
black-eyed
it does.
pea. No, a black-eyed pea is a bean. A regular pea is a pea, not a bean. Read that.
Peas, also chickpeas and fava might fool you. They are fleshy and don't look like, but they are not fruit. I didn't assume they were fruit. The pea or bean is the seed.
Are beans in the pea family?
Beans and peas do technically belong to the same general family called Fabaceae. Man, how does it feel being wrong?
You just gonna believe anything you read on the internet?
So anyway, let's cut to a commercial. We gotta get out of here. So I think that we should probably kick off this episode with a explanation of what happened today.
Shit. All right.
Go ahead, because you tell stories real good.
All right.
So just to set the context, I worked all day and then drove 2 hours back from Indianapolis to pick up this soaker of corks to hang out. And what ensues is a hilarious scenario, just absolutely rife for 1950s comedy.
Yeah. So John picks me up, and as we're pulling out, he says, "We got to stop for gas." And I was like, "I'm sure we're not that close, because you're a responsible adult. You plan ahead. You wouldn't let your gas tank be like less than a quarter of a tank full, right?"
What a terrible assumption of you to make.
Yeah. And I look over and see the you have like 3 gas lights on. You got like your backup gas light, all the gas lights are on.
The auxiliary gas, the
Yeah.
primary gas, and then the backup gas.
They're like, it's fucking time, John. So
You're running on farts, bro.
I was like, this seems like a very serious thing, but it's 11:55 and the liquor store closes at 12. So can we go get some alcohol first? I was like, don't worry, if you run out of gas, I'll push you.
That is but that is what you said.
I know.
Okay, so that's important information to hold on to.
That's what we call foreshadowing, folks.
I'm gonna keep that clenched in my mind's fist eye.
1 less than 5 shadowing.
Nope,
So-
just 4, not 6.
So
Kirby, quit! My sweet Kirby cat is tearing up the couch and meowing.
oh, what a precious baby.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go to the first liquor store, and they're closed. It was a Kroger liquor store.
No. This is fucking even better.
I'm getting there.
No, because we roll up and
I'm
okay.
getting there.
All right.
No, you go ahead.
No, okay. So Kyle's like, we're rolling into the liquor store, which is my secondary choice. My favorite liquor store is down the road a little bit, and I'm a creature of autistically rigid habits. So we roll up. And as we're pulling in, Kyle said, "Oh, it'd be funny. I bet the open light's going to turn off as soon as we roll in." And as we roll in, the open light flicks off. And that is 5 minutes before they close. And so we're sitting there, and the woman walks out of the store. And as she walks out, my window's down, and I go, "Sad." And she looks at me like I uttered something and then just made no facial expression. They continued walking, and we were both like, "All right."
Yeah, so then we went to John's autistic liquor store that he likes so much.
I do. It's my rigidity. I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
I'm like a nun. I've got a habit. You know what a habit is on a nun? It's their funny head bits.
What? That thing?
It's their head bits.
I don't know much
That's
about
the habit.
nuns.
You know how they have that white in Islam, the hijab. It's like the thing they wear, but for Catholic white women, it's like the
A hat?
It's like their hat. Thank you.
I don't know none about nuns. So we go to John's favorite liquor store and found the super exclusive alcohol I was looking for.
We literally, dude, Kyle was looking on the internet all week and was like, "Bro, we're gonna have to go special order to the underground liquor store." And I was like, "I don't think it's that exclusive." And he's like, "Okay, bro. All right. Okay, bro."
It wasn't.
We found it at one of my liquor store I go to every week.
It was at the shitty liquor store. This liquor store has like one brand of vodka, like one and a half brands of bourbon, and then this specialty liquor.
What the
and some 2 liters in grapes.
the fuck is wrong with you?
So
No, you don't get to talk shit. I've been going there for years.
that's cool.
And the guy always has smooth jazz on. He's an old white guy.
He didn't have
super
shit
thin.
on today.
He had smooth. Well, that's
He had
because
James
it wasn't
Bond
the dude.
on.
He had Tom Cruise.
Oh,
it was
that's
Mission
right.
Impossible.
He was talking about James
No,
Bond.
he was, but we go there. The guy usually has smooth jazz on, and he has a beautiful doggo laying on the floor. But when we went there tonight, I was like, check this out. This guy always, historically, is like, oh, he's going to tell us that he's open until 12 a.m. on Christmas Eve and then on New Year's. And we went in there, and first of all, it was an extremely talkative old hippie who is not the guy at all. And then he was talking to us about, we walked in, and he was like, what do you guys think about James Bond? And,
No, he
you
was
know,
like,
Tom
"Yo, check
Cruise?"
this out. Check this. Check
Like,
out this."
literally, we just walked into the store. We said good evening to him, and he's like,
He's like, "Check out this helicopter, right?"
I know. Yeah, that's right. He was like, I'm just watching this guy try to fly a helicopter, and we're like, what the? We turned around and look up, and he's watching one of the Mission Impossible Tom Cruise, and we're like, oh yeah. And he's like, what do you? You know, if 007 was a woman, who would you want to play that? And
He was like, "Who would you choose to ruin the franchise?"
yeah. And I was like, Rosie O'Donnell if it was a woman. I can't even imagine. And then he was like, what do you think about Serena Williams? And we were both like, oh, we'd watch the shit out of that.
Fuck yeah,
Jesus. She could change the world.
she sure could. So anyway, we get the alcohol, we leave, and we get like maybe 20 seconds.
No. We back out and then start moving forward.
We didn't even hit 20
Yeah.
miles an hour, and the car dies.
And I was like, oh, and it like started stuttering. Kyle was like, are you fucking with me? And I was like, bro, I have my foot all the way down, and we ran out of gas, and it was like beep, 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 beep. And so we were talking about a plan, and I remembered flashback to Kyle saying,
dude, they're not going to have the alcohol.
oh my God, that's the wrong memory.
Oh, shit.
Flashback to Kyle saying,
Was it about beans not being peas?
it was before that. Anyway, so Kyle hops out and starts pushing the car, and I hop out and start pushing the car. But apparently, I was stripping him of his machismo appeal. So
First of all, I said I'm gonna do this,
and I wanted to help.
And I said,
how
fuck
many
you.
opportunities do you? You did say fuck you. How many opportunities do you have to push a vehicle?
I took it all.
I know, and I wanted to help.
I gobbled up
bit.
every little bit of that.
Yeah, I know you did.
And so I was pushing, and John was pushing, and I was like, just jump in the car. And you're like, what? And I said, jump in the car. And you were like, how are we going to push it?
Yeah.
And I said, we're not. Jump in the car. I'm going to push it.
No, we ain't. I is.
And so, unfortunately, that was bad timing because as soon as he jumped in the car, we hit a hill.
We hit a hill, and Kyle got to be a fucking son of a bitch.
Dude,
by
I
himself.
ran up that bitch.
And then I was looking behind us, and we had a police escort. We had a police flashing very mild berries and cherries, and there were cars behind that. So we roll in. Oh my God, I forgot how fucking epic this story is.
So yeah,
this is our holiday Christmas story.
I pushed it up I pushed this thing up the hill, and then it was getting out of control, and John was inside, so he took off down the hill, and then I ran off to the sidewalk, and the cop pulls up next to me, and he said something, and I was like, what? And he was like, someone's steering it, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, who knows?
And he was like, all right, cool, and he just drove off.
Do you fuck with the war? He's like, someone's steering that car, right? And you're like, how many raccoons you have?
He's like, what the fuck's a car?
Dude, I don't live here. That's not mine. Like, he
right.
pulls up to you and he's like, someone driving that car. You're like, what car? I don't know. It's not mine.
I don't talk to police.
I'm holding it for a friend. Yeah, no, fuck 12, fuck 12.
So John whips it into a Kroger gas station. And you forgetting bits of the story as we're going.
Yeah, it's all coming
We
back.
get in there, we park, and I was like huffing and puffing because I ain't done cardio in about 14 years.
How long has it been? Check the whoop strap. 14 years.
Jesus.
I forgot that my shit's dead.
So, all right, we got in there. I'm huffing and puffing. And then I talked shit about my calves for a minute because I was like,
you're like, these gams, bro.
I was like,
these hammy gams.
These bad boys saved the day.
He's slapping on them, fucking
calf slapping motherfucker.
So, while Kyle's over there, so the other subsequent secondary story is that when I got my car fixed, because my car was in the shop about a month ago, because I almost said that I got rear-ended, but I actually hit somebody else.
You did the rear-end.
I did it to me. I ended my own rear.
I was in a rear-end collision, and I was the rear.
Anyway, so but one of the issues that existed before that, so that was completely unrelated to the story, is that when I go to pop open my gas tank, the little nub that's on the inside, that's the technical word.
The nub.
The noob. The knoob doesn't catch. Like, so I have to majigger the
You don't say that.
I had to finagle the whoozy what's it while the fandangle comes unspoinkled. And so in order to do that, I have to put my bottle of hand sanitizer under the poppy majig. And then when I go back, I have to use a key.
Is that what you were doing down there?
Yeah, and then I have to fucking, dude, and it's back there, and I have to put it at just the right angle. It has to be at like a 73-degree angle because a 90 is too much and a 40 is too little. So I have to fucking, a Skyrim fucking, you find the correct, the placement of the lockpick. And so I have it in there, and then I have to pop open the drawer. And so anyway, I was doing all that while Kyle was slapping his hammy yams. And so I put my card in, and then we put the thing in, and it's doing its thing. And so I start squeezing it, get the gas phone, and then so Kyle and I are talking that bullshit, hanging out, and then we keep jiggling it, and then after 30 seconds to a minute, we look at each other, and he was like, I don't think there's hardly no gas in this motherfucker. And I was like, you mean the gas stations out of this single thing that they sell? And he was like, I don't know, man. And then we hear there's a guy, another dude who rolled up at the gas station. And Kyle's like, hold up. And he goes over, he's like, hey, man. And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, you having trouble with your gas? And the guy's like, yeah. And he's like, we don't have no gas over here either.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Okay.
Well, first we tried another gas pump before.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Kyle was like, oh, it's just this one. It's the just go to the back.
Well,
of
you know,
the
sometimes they
same
got
well.
the little out of order bags on them.
That
you put on for the rain.
No, let's go ahead and fucking talk about that. You are such an no. Go ahead. I don't remember the story. I just remember how it felt. I remember how
reactive.
I remember how it felt when you told this to me, but I can't remember what you said. I was talking to Kyle on the phone, and I was like pulling up to a gas station.
It was raining at the time,
and it was raining, and I was like, oh, that's right. I fucking hate you. I was pulling up, driving back from where at my job I'm in the Nap Town. And I was driving up, and I was like, dude, oh my god, these stupid gas stations don't have no gas. They have Kroger bags over the things. And he was like, bro, I fucking hate you. He was like, bro, it's raining. That'll get the pipes will get messed up. And I was like, Kyle, you are so wrong. I'm not going to pull up. And he's like, no, dude, roll up and pull off the thing and it'll start pumping. I was like, Kyle, I'm not going to. And then he was like, dude, I'm telling you, I've been to gas stations. And then I literally stopped and I stared at the handle for like 30 seconds. I was like, no, not this time, Kyle. Fuck you. And then I rolled away. So, yeah. So anyway. Yeah, almost.
So anyway, sometimes one of them isn't working and the one on the other side will. So
it doesn't make no sense, Kyle. They run from the same pump underneath.
Sometimes,
if they're in the same gas station island.
No, sometimes they work like that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so we tried the other one, it didn't work, and then the guy was like,
sometimes it does. This time it didn't.
Yeah. So then I was like, shit, what are we going to do now? And I looked, and 100 feet away was another gas station.
Literally not even 100 feet.
Yeah, there was a McDonald's and then another gas station. This was a reputable one, a Speedway.
Yeah.
So I was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk over there and buy a gas
and you know what? This gas station that we pulled into is like a fucking little bodega gas station because it's not even, you can't walk in. Like everything's out in those cabinets that are locked when they close. And dude, I was about to put my face through that fucking glass window. I was so,
hold on, we're not there.
We're
not there. We're not there.
Just that.
So I was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk over there and buy a gas can and fill it up with gas. And then put it in this. Then we're going to drive over there and fill it up because I ain't pushing this cocksucker back out on the road.
Pushing this cocksucker down the road 50 feet. So we go in there. We buy a No. I buy a $13 gas can.
Let's back it up because I just bought $80 of alcohol.
It was not $80.
It was $80.
What the fuck? No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was like it was $70 though. Or 60.
Those were $30.
Yeah, they're
well,
20.
Dude, I would have bought one of them. Kyle, see, I want to take a detour here. This is why communication, like the whole reason that things and teams and relationships and marriages fall apart is lack of communication. You can tell within the first 30 seconds how effective and what the tone of a conversation is going to be. And I can't even discern that because you don't tell me things. You don't even look at me when we make love anymore.
Well, send me some money or I'm going to divorce your bitch ass.
So that reminds me, speaking of divorce, so because I'm in West Indianapolis, I still have a team in New Albany so I'm up in Indianapolis to help a clinic get off the ground because they got a bunch of leadership things that need to be helped up there. But back in New Albany, I'm still in that group and they ordered pizzas today. Did you hear that minor burp? They ordered a bunch of pizzas, and I said, "Hey, I love pizza," and they know that I love pizza. Like for Christmas, do you know what my clinic manager got me up in Indianapolis? Lunchables, because that's what I asked for. We do a personal inventory. It's like, what's your favorite smell? And I write Lunchables. It's like, what's your favorite salty snack? And I like pizza Lunchables. And it's like, what's your favorite candle? And I'm like, Banes plus sandalwood. And then they're like, what do you want? What's your favorite quote? And the quote is, buy me Lunchables, John, circa 2021. And so I got anyway. So I was like, send me pictures of pizza at the Sacred Circle, and then one of my friends was like $25, and I will send you pictures. I got on Venmo and I sent her $25, and I said, send pizza pics, please. And she got on the group, the intercommunication chat, the intercommunication network chat service that we use, and she was like, so John just sent me $25 and asked for pizza, and I was like, two things. Where the fuck are my pizza pics? And second of all, see thing number one, because this is literally the pizza fee. I paid the pizza price. Where's the pizza pics? I never got them.
You paid $25 for pictures of pizza?
Yeah. She sent that money back to me, and I said, this deal is expired. Because one of the other team members said, for $24, I would have sent that. And I said, you may tell my friend that her deal is expired, and your deal is honored.
For $10, you could have bought a pizza, looked at it, and ate it.
Are you familiar with lingerie?
So we went and got the gas.
Well, hold on. Are you familiar with lingerie?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the purpose of lingerie?
Yes.
What's the purpose, Kyle?
Provocative.
No. Okay. Dig deeper. What's the why? What's provocative about it? You don't know.
What?
You don't know.
I don't know what's provocative about it because it hides the fucking nipple bits.
Correct. It masks what otherwise would be seen and experienced. Pictures are the lingerie of pizza. I wanted to see pictures because it's sexier than having an actual pizza.
So I can just send you pictures of pizza and you'll send me money?
This is why your relationships fail. You're not a romantic.
Because... Okay. All right.
Wait. All right.
That's fine.
You're not going to challenge me?
I don't care.
Come on, challenge me. You're just going to hear it. Nah, all right.
That's fine. Fucking pizza. All right. Can we get back to the normal story?
Yes.
All right.
That was me moving backwards in time.
So we went and got that Slurpee noise.
Moving backwards in time, baby.
So we went and got the gas can. We stood there for probably 20 minutes.
Oh, my God. Dude, I was going to bring that up.
I don't know what was going on with
Dude,
that lady
the
in the
fucking
front.
woman at this old, very Midwestern, white, plump, big, poofy hair, had to lean on the counter or she would be out of breath woman, was buying what I assume... Did you see that somebody in Kentucky won the Powerball or won like a scratch off? I guarantee you that's what happened.
It's funny that people take that as it's the same place, so I need to go buy it, when statistically that means it's not going to fucking hit here again for a long time.
Correct. Dude, well, and she was up there. It looked like buying like her life savings worth in scratch offs and then a bunch of like groceries. And we were all just like, you know that look like when people who know they're actively inconveniencing other people give you, they look around to see how big of a train wreck and how big of like a caboose they've caused, and they just kind of look forward, and in that moment you're kind of like, look at me again. Like, I would love for you to make eye contact with me again.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
And then everyone else got through within 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, I was like, maybe it's the guy's fault. It wasn't.
Maybe.
He was great at his job.
No, he was. I loved his hair.
Yeah. So.
Looked like a shorter
Looked
hair.
like Reggie Watts.
Oh, I was going to say from Coheed and Cambria. Like if he had his hair dreaded.
Yeah.
He was like.
Same thing.
Claudio. Good eye, sniper.
So. Then we went out.
It's a Coheed and Cambria song lyric.
On the way in there, John was concerned about this transaction because he thought it might be illegal to fill up a gas can with gas.
I know where you're going with this. Fuck you in advance.
Would you like to explain?
No.
All right. So
I thought that it was legal because you can't put it in a container. Like, I understand that you can fill up a gas can, but I always misunderstood or didn't properly understand the context under which a gas can got filled. I thought you had to fill it up at home. Or like
wow.
or more that it was like it's not socially appropriate to fill up a gas can, and like, you know, like it's where the cars go to get they're thirsty, they're get the drinky drinks, and you're standing there like, you know, it's like when a dude walks through the McDonald's drive-through and he's like, yo, let me get, and they're like, sir, you have to have a vehicle, and he's like, well, I'm sorry, comes back on a scooter and is like, yeah, I'd like 15 big ribs.
So We filled up the gas can. How much did you put in there? Like $5?
Oh, I didn't even look. I think that cocksucker could only hold like 1 G.
It was 4 gallons.
It was 4 gallons?
4 gallons. That's why I told you couldn't throw it away. So, it's 4 gallons. We filled it up. We walked all the way back to the car.
50 feet.
50 feet back to the car.
While walking past a group of men who parked their car in the McDonald's exit and had epoxy thing over a bump. And as I was walking by, he was standing on it, and I said, looking good. And he said, have a good night, boys.
He was like, thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
So we got back. And John, inside the store, picked up the gas can. He was like, where's the funnel? Or what was it? The tube, the nozzle, whatever. And I was like, it's in there.
The schnoz.
Yeah, it's inside of there.
Schnoz?
So I was like, don't worry, bud. I've done this before. I bought this exact same one before. And he was like, all right, cool. So as we're walking back, I was like, it just occurred to me. I had problems filling up gas with this, but I don't remember why. It had something to do with that red button on top. What you doing there?
Continue.
So we got back and opened up the thing again. Remember? The little flapper.
Oh, my God. The little poppy thing.
Yeah.
Wait, no. That was already open. So we got back. We figure out where the tubey thing is. We flip it around, and we cannot get this First of all, I tip the thing over, and we're ready to go home and get our fucking night started. And immediately it drains down the side of the gasoline can.
Because the lid wasn't
the lid wasn't all the fucking way affixed. So it's like it coated the outside of the car, my hand, and so I'm like, okay. So I set my car, and I was listening. I was telling Kyle, I just listened. Coming from Indianapolis is almost a 2-hour drive, and I had listened to nothing but meditation seminars. And so the whole way back, I was like, okay, this is fine. I got this. Find my Zen. Find my inner peace. So I was like, okay. So I get that, pour it in there. It doesn't pour out, but it doesn't go in. And so there's a little red, looks like some type of mechanism on the tube. And so I was pressing that, couldn't figure it out. And I was like, Kyle, what do I do? And he was like, dude, you have a master's degree figured out. And I was like, okay. So I start reading, and at this time, another woman pulls up, and Kyle's like, hey, ma'am, this gas station doesn't have no gas in it. And she was like, oh, really?
She was like, what are y'all doing? We were like, we got it from down the road.
Yeah, we were like, oh, this gas isn't from here. Like the most, that's like pulling up a McDonald's and eating Burger King burger, and then being like, oh, they don't have food here. And they're like, well, it looks like they do. And you're like, no, it's actually from down the road. Can you imagine? Or like being inside like a station eating a Penn station at a Subway, and you're like, oh, they don't have any food here.
Well, she thought we were fucking with her because I don't know if you heard it, but like while we were still talking, she was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then like a few seconds later, I heard her like fucking with the nozzle, like trying to pour gas, and it wasn't working. So she thought we were fucking with her.
No.
Well, now she knows.
Well, she learned. So I am like trying to figure this out. So then we're like, we're fucking with it. I try to undo it, and then I just spill shit all over my fucking hands. And I hate I don't mind the smell of gas, but it is so hard to get off your hands and clothes. And it was all over my hands. So at that point, I walk away, and I'm like, and Kyle's like, hey, bud, don't forget to practice. You said some fucking backhanded. You're like, hey, man, practice your meditation. Go for a walk. And I said, yep. And I walk around and I go and I'm like, okay, what if I put this fucking plastic trash can through this bodega-ass window that nobody's in? I go over there, I rattle all the shit. I see that there's an open container of wood, and I'm like, just angrily, like, I'm going to fucking, this is bullshit. Like, I was externalizing all of this anger. And I come back and he's like, hey, I got an idea. And I was like, okay. He's like, so we need to pour it in something.
This is like 10 minutes now trying to figure out.
Yeah, and this is Kyle trying to fucking work the mechanism, trying to figure it out. We cannot figure this goddamn Antikythera machine of a gas can. We can't fucking figure out the Rosetta Stone. So he goes in the back. We find a water bottle that was left in my car by some friend. We open it up. We pour the gasoline over the trash can, which I just realized you did. Poured it into that, closed it, popped the thing, and then like it literally looked like we were giving like a baby bottle to the car. Like we put the little nozzle in, and it looked like it was all yellow. It looked like Gatorade.
And the whole time John's like, oh, you a thirsty boy.
I was like, oh, here you go, buddy. Drink up your little Gatorade. And so it got in there, and then we filled it up two or three more times, doing the same thing, pouring it into the fucking trash can. And then we get in the car.
And John's like, throw it away. Just throw it away.
Well, dude, what the fuck? I don't want the... Ooh.
John was like, John was fucking pissed off because he got a little gas on him. And he was smelling
I
it.
was real...
He's like, throw it away. I don't want it in my car. Throw it away. And I was like, that's illegal, John.
I still don't think that's illegal.
You don't think it's illegal to throw gasoline in a fucking trash can?
Okay, I see now when you say it in that way how logical it would make sense to not permit that.
Yeah, just like how it's illegal to fill up a gas can.
Shut up. Oh, well, sorry, Kyle. I don't get home from work and read the state regulations for gas fucking bylaws.
No, it's just like thinking about what you're going to do and realizing it's logical.
Okay.
So anyway.
All right. Okay. So anyway, we do that. We are fucking, our spirits are high. Things are great. We hop in the car. Like Kyle's hand wasn't on the key with mine. We turn the key together. The car goes.
It turns on just enough to get it in the drive and then it dies.
And then fucking dies. And Kyle looks at me and he's like, well, I guess we better fill up the... And I literally take another walk and I walk away.
He was like, you figure out the thingy.
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize that you had to stick that hand sanitizer thing under the thing. So I thought you just walked up and just fucking pulled it real hard and then went over there. So...
I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Yeah, so by the time...
You said you had your fingers
by the time John got back, I had my fingers stuck in the gas
in the outer fucking...
I pried it open with the key up top and tried to stick my finger in it to hold it and then move the key down to the bottom, but it just snapped shut on my finger.
Oh, sorry, Bubby.
That's fine. So then John opened it, and then we figured out how to use the gas can.
So it turns out you have to push the mechanism in and then push the nozzle into, like, pull it down inward. Like, imagine you're grasping your phallus and you're shoving it back into your body. That's what you have to do. And then push that into the car. So Kyle got it working. My hands were fucking covered in gas. His hands are covered in gas. I'm fucking pissy as a bitch. And so we finally get enough gas to get down to the next gas station 200 feet down the road. And we fill up, and Kyle, we were going to go in and get some snacks. And Kyle was like, do you want anything? And I was like, I don't. And he's like, what? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, you want some candy? You want some chippies? And I was like, Kyle, I just want to, and he's like, and I was like, Kyle. And he was like, all right.
There's just, the entire gas station's full, dude. There's people staring.
Just shut up, Kyle. My hands are dirty. I want to go home and go to bed.
Oh, yeah. So I got the shit, came back, got in. I was like, have you calmed down?
No, literally, the first thing, he comes back to the car like a good best friend. He's like, you done throwing a bitch fit yet? And I was like, yes. No. I was like, I'm just mad. I fucking am so mad. I hate the smell. And he's like, yeah. And then immediately, that's when you fucking, I was like, I just hate these. He's like, yeah, I just hate the smell again.
I was like, what's the point of meditating if every little thing's going to throw you for a loop?
And that's when I fucking realized that Kyle is the manifestation of the universe. And it's just his way of fucking with you. You're just like, hey, get over it.
Yeah, in essence, that's meditation.
That literally is, sort of.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get back to the house.
John takes a bath in the sink about 4 times. Can't figure out where the smell's still coming from. And it was me.
And it was Kyle. He's just standing there and he's like, bleh, it's me. I smell like gas. And I was like, dude, go take a shower. And he's like, no, I like the way it smells. Dude, you are the most ornery motherfucker I've ever met. You would be covered in piss and shit, and if nobody said anything, you might be inclined. You're like, well, time to go hose off. But if one fucking person looks at you and gives you any indication that they're thinking one small thread of that you need to go shower, you're like, nope. This is me now. Oh, I'm going to sleep in my bed in this way. Do you have any couches I can sit on? Do you have any personal belongings I could touch? Ornery. Ornery.
Ornery.
Nope. We looked it up. We've already done this.
No, we didn't.
Ornery. So I guess the point of the story is meditation is an
doesn't work.
No, I'm listening to Joseph go, oh, look at that baby. Hey, Kirby girl. You want some drink? No. I'm listening to Joseph Goldstein, and he sounds like Robin Williams, and he has a very genuine laugh. Oh my God, I love it. Very genuine laugh. And the meditation is an ongoing process, and if it's not something that you're cultivating, and it's something you only do every now and then, it turns out that is not your default. Because my default is to get fucking stupid piss mad.
Yeah.
But I feel like I handled it pretty well. I was only trying to steal several ricks of wood and put up.
Yeah, he's trying to steal shit, trying to throw illegally dump.
No, I just thought that I didn't want gas in me car.
That's where it goes, John.
In me. No, it goes in me car's vessel for the holding of gasoline, not inside. You know who it is? He hasn't been here in a long time.
Is that Michael Caine?
Oh, there he is. He's been a busy boy. Actually, you know who he's turning into? Sunshine.
Yeah. So that was how the night ended. No more eventful things.
Dude. Life? So, first of all, how much do you know about the philosophy of Stoicism?
A lot.
Okay. How much you know about philosophy? A lot. How much you read of the book? A lot. How much you forget about things? A lot. So I feel like Stoicism, do you know where it originated?
It's Greek, right?
Okay.
Greece.
Was it one of those? Was it a Greek contemporary of like everything else?
Yeah, like I mean, the ancient world. Like there was a lot of Romans. Like Marcus Aurelius, one of the emperors, was like one of the fathers of Stoicism, and his
along with Epictetus.
Yep.
Epic titties.
Epic titties.
Well, to me, I feel like that is the Eastern, like the Western world's equivalent of Buddhism.
Yeah.
Like when you look at the comparison, it's all about like cut off ties to people, cut off ties to things. It's all about not like status doesn't matter. Like it's literally, I feel like the Greek or Roman equivalent of
it's like Buddhism without the spirituality. Honestly,
that's literally exactly what it is.
It's pretty dope. I got a book
on Stoicism.
Yeah, you want to read it?
What's it called?
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah,
it's his.
I do actually.
So it's like the notes he was just taking for himself, and when he died, they found it's basically his diary, and they published it.
Oh, we talked about that.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's real dope.
Bacchus. Well, listen to this guy on YouTube. His name is. It's German. It's like, Kurzgesagt, like in a nutshell, which is the German word. It's like that, but it's like Weiler. But anyway, he talks about Stoicism and all these different fields, and it's really interesting. But anyway, I feel like everything, things just happen neutrally in the world, and we have to choose. We have to pause, and we have to determine what our response will be. Are we going to be governed by our reactive hydraulic impulses, or will we have a metered response? And I feel like today I did not do a good job, despite listening to 2 hours of Joseph Goldstein's enlightenment seminars on Buddhism.
Yep. You got to practice more. Put yourself in situations that's going to piss you off.
Is that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to expose yourself to triggering stimuli and events?
I don't see how it could hurt.
I mean, what if you... Okay, so in my field, the whole thing is errorless teaching, so it's that you have a lot of successes with coaching and mentoring before you start to have failures. So what if you just fail because you haven't cemented the right abilities, thereby punishing your efforts to cultivate those skill sets?
What are you going to do? Well, how are you going to fail? You're going to get angrier than you want to?
Mm-hmm.
So you learn from that.
How am I learning from that? If I'm in the, you mean I'm reflecting later on?
Hey, you're
Because
like,
in the
oh,
moment,
I didn't like how the fucking McDonald's McFlurry machine was down, and I decided to stomp around my car and throw a little bitch fit.
What a good example.
And I, I was really embarrassed about that, so I'm going to try not to do that anymore.
You know what I realized today is that. Never mind.
All right.
Well, I feel like there has not been a single time in my life when I was like, you know what, I won't. And everyone's like, okay. And I'm like, you know what? I think I will actually. Like, it's almost like if people push back against it, I'm like, well, now I'm going to be a dick. And when people don't push back, I'm like, well, now I'm going to because no one challenged me. So it's kind of a lose-lose for everyone else and a win-win for me. I was looking at TikTok and like Vine and the social media sphere, and I just feel like do you think that people, okay, so you know how like when you have like really religious relatives, like now I know this is painting in broad strokes, but I had this thought on the way back. So let's, you know who I'm thinking about, like an archetype, like that really religious aunt who's like, when you think of like a Catholic or like Irish.
I had one of those.
Okay. Do you think that there's a point where people become so bound to rules and external identities of following the scripts that like Bibles and they're holy and religious and that society dictates to them that they fail to cultivate an inner world?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, so what I'm saying is, do you think, because one of the things that I read that I was watching in the Stoicism video is that, and this is in line with the behaviorism teachings in the field that I'm in, is that we are literally yoked into and plugged into an external system that controls and gives us constant input and feedback. So it's like, can you imagine a scenario? Do you think it's possible where people, in the absence of that inner world, of that critical thinking, of that development of their own values and ideas and thoughts, and having that just being at peace in that inner monologue, do you think there's people that just are completely consumed and governed by those external scripts that they don't even have an internal world?
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point of having an internal world when Sky Daddy's going to save you and tell you exactly what to think?
Well, but I guess I'm saying more on like a pure behavioral sense. Like, is there a point where everything is so dictated? Like, you have a literal, whether it's Sky Daddy or Bible or your religious group or a canon or ideology, that you don't have like, you don't just sit and daydream, or you don't think about like concepts or synthesize ideas or imagine scenarios, but you have a heuristic network externally that's internalized for every single situation that pops up. So it's almost like if you sat and asked them to like, I don't know, to write a creative story, like would they even have the internal world to pull from and be creative to do so? It's like,
oh, I mean, maybe something, maybe that, I mean, that's super extreme. I doubt just the typical super religious grandma can't sit around and have goals and shit that she wants to accomplish.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But nuns.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is like, I feel like a creative bohemian, like someone who's predisposed to introspection and people who, want to create and want to, they like to read, they like to think, they like to balance ideas, they like to cultivate their own inner world. Like, I feel like when you present something to them, there's that thought process where it's like, let me think about that. Like, and you can see them, but then it's like you think about people that are so scripted and governed, and maybe this is a straw man, maybe this person doesn't exist, but I can't help but feel like there has to be people that because I think about Buddhism and Stoicism that really says like, stop and detach yourself and think and figure this out for yourself, like evaluate this. But we live in a society that like Joseph Goldstein talks a lot about this, like how we are constantly told what to desire, how to think, how to operate, how to spend money, what matters, what status is, what's meaningful to you. That's told to you. It's like, at what point does that just become an internalized set of guidelines, and there's not even I'm thinking about this. Like I'm imagining, Kirby. Sorry, Kirby's being really cute with the microphone stand.
Yeah.
What do you, it's like, what do you think?
I think I already answered that.
You don't think it's possible?
I mean, maybe it's possible for like the fucking level 99 Christian.
Capped out.
Yeah, like the Pope maybe.
No, but that's the thing. The Pope does. He evaluates ideas, and the Pope has been pretty liberal recently, so he's definitely got more discourse.
It's pissing a lot of Catholics off.
You know what? If there was ever a group of people that had a hairpin trigger on being pissed off.
We don't want people to have abortions or access to birth control because every semen is sacred. Every single semen, unless you...
Dude, the amount of pre-sexual abortions that happen are literally infinite with the amount of knuckle children and blanket children and come on the butt children that it did.
Do you think they think if...
Or how the female body discharges eggs and aborts potentially viable eggs like monthly or yearly. It's like, and miscarriages happen on all the time.
So,
but you don't see people. Go ahead. You start and I'll interrupt.
So when do the balls fill with sperm? Like when does it partition from just piss in the balls to...
Oh, dude, I was gonna say that. I was like, ball sperm doesn't store in the balls. Pee is stored in the balls.
No, sperm's in the left one, piss is in the right one.
Oh, it's a dual system. Okay. I think Kyle needs to change his fucking diaper.
So anyway,
no, you get. You guys didn't hear Bonesaw, but dude, Bonesaw just cracked off. Dude, is that Bonesaw? You see those blips?
So, do you think that they think that when what?
Nothing.
You think that they think when puberty hits, if a person what?
Just the way that you casually rock slide in your shorts and then just fucking smooth jazz walk your way into the next conversation like there wasn't no fucking avalanche.
So
your segues are incredible, my dude.
In this perfect world where the 13-year-old hits puberty and then doesn't smack around his dick.
Okay.
He waits till he's married at like 25.
Ooh, that's unhealthy.
Then he has a kid. Do they think it's the same sperm from when he was 13 years old, just chilling in there?
Probably.
It's not.
They don't understand how semiosis and semitosis work. Am I semiosis is sex cells and mitosis. Oh my God, it's meiosis and mitosis, not semiosis. I'm making up words. Meiosis is sex cells, mitosis is body cells. Yeah, dude, that shit is recycled. Like, that shit is broken down. Like, you ain't even got the same skin flakes as you did a few days ago.
Yeah.
Like, our bodies are literally our biggest advocate. Like, our bodies want us to survive so frequently. It's just the mismatch between our culture and our primordial brains that causes us all this depression and anxiety.
Maybe one day we'll have it down.
I think we should all, like, as a species, we should be mandated, which would never, oh my God. Can you imagine if the government said, dude, thinking about how the government is requiring people to take a life-saving vaccine and how people would rather watch their children and grandparents die than do something that would protect themselves and their family. Can you imagine if the government was like, now listen, once a year for a week, you have to go without any technology. You can still have your electricity, but no technology for a week. You have to cultivate hobbies and skills. You have to read. You have to play instruments. You have to talk to your family. Can you fucking imagine what people would do?
No. I think at this
point... And that could be the absolute healthiest thing for human beings to do, is to reconnect.
Psychedelics.
True.
I think at this
one
point...
thing at a time.
I think at this point it's pretty clear that anything the government does... half the people are going to say it's fucking terrible. The government can't even give people free money without people freaking out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which I really loved that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was great. And I think
as someone who was recipient of that free money,
it was the best job I ever had.
Getting free money from. Would you call that a job?
Yeah, man, I was doing my part. I was staying home.
You're right. We all did. We all.
Yeah,
did
we
our
all
part.
stayed at home together.
Dude,
I was over here like every
yeah, dude. I was gonna say we did our part together. We actually should have gotten a multiplier on the money we got. Like, dude, can you imagine? Remember back in like the World War II? It's like do your part, and everyone's breaking down like houses and fucking and sending it to the military factories, and now doing our part now and just stays at home again.
You're like, dude, please, you'll save lives if you stay at home. No.
No. If you wear this tiny cloth mask, you could literally prevent the spread of an illness that continues to mutate because so many people are unvaccinated because nobody. No.
It makes breathing harder. It makes breathing harder.
You know what? How am I going to walk up my 2-flight stair into my fucking mobile home and beat my wife if I can't breathe the way that God intended?
2-flight stairs into a mobile home? That's fucking living right there.
You know, I'm sorry.
That's the life I want.
That's I meant to say 2-step stairs.
Oh.
Dude, it would just be a mobile home like 20 feet off the ground with like a railing that just loops up. Can you imagine like a circular staircase made out of cinder blocks,
PVC pipe.
fucking the whole way just rattling up to the fucking at any moment can the whole Enterprise come crashing down. No, I literally think the more that I learn and the more that I think about what ails our society is we don't have any separation from this constant release of dopamine and this constant comparison and contrasting and engagement where historically and evolutionarily there is nothing ever been as immediately stimulating of the dopaminergic cycle like a fucking tablet or technology. Like that is the first thing that happened was the radio, or I guess you could even say the newspaper, but I would say the radio and then TV and then, but that was still external. Like, yeah, you could sit in front of your TV all day, but you still had to like, you know, get up, move in front of the TV. You didn't have any choice and then you did. But now with like tablets and phones and shit, like nobody is digitally literate and nobody is digitally moderate. Like, I don't think any of it, like, even me, like, I mean, it sounds like I'm talking shit, but, like, I get on my phone. I don't get on social media, but I read, you know, news articles and the news, and I Google shit, and I watch videos on YouTube. Like, I literally am doing, you know, it's like all day long, I have unfettered access to this. And, like, that has to be contributing to the gross amount of depression and anxiety and everything. And the societal ills.
It's, like, the main factor, I think. Sound a lot like Andrew Doberman.
Andrew Dopamine on Andrew Doberman on Hubermine.
Yeah.
So there's this where do you know where he teaches at?
Stanford?
Okay. So there's a Stanford neurologist or neuropsychiatrist or neuropsychologist who Kyle turned me on to the podcast up, and his name is Dr. Huberman, and he has a talk. He actually has several. It's Dr. Huberman on dopamine. Kyle fucking sent me the link, and I will literally be laying in bed at night, and I will just giggle about this to myself. And underneath, he said, it's Dr. Huberman on dopamine. He put Dr. Doberman on Hubermine. And that silly fucking inversion of the words has just rocked my shit. Anyway, that is so fascinating, the way I mean, it makes total sense. Like, which I'm not even going to try to unpack all that because I'm only an hour into the 2 hours, and it is so...
You still haven't finished it?
It's lousy with information. It's so dense. It's dense.
How have you not finished it?
I got a lot of... I'm watching stuff on Buddhism and Stoicism, bro.
All right. I think this shit's going to... It's more practical.
You need to watch Dr. Dopamine on Hubermane.
I said that. You didn't say that. Why are you doing your voice?
I think Kirby just jumped off the fridge or something. She landed from a high area.
She scared herself.
Oh, poor little baby. So Kyle has also, in the recent weeks, taken it upon himself to buy a calendar, and every week he fills it up with points or times when I have commented on my health. And so in there, there's a... there is a it says it was last week and it was like said didn't feel well, had hot snakes. Friday, dropped hammer on head. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I fucking remember that. So John was hanging up a pride
A
flag
big old gay flag.
for his birthday.
Yeah.
And the man
It
brought
was given to me by my daughter's moms.
in front of everyone. He brought a ladder in here
In front
with,
of everyone.
with a hammer.
It wasn't a flex. It was literally just a fucking rigid OCD thing that I had to take care of before
Yeah.
I could enjoy the party.
This is the sequence of events. He brought the ladder in, set it down, got a hammer, put it at the top of the ladder, picked up that ladder to move it. The hammer fell off, did 2 full rotations, and smacked him in the head.
with the handle, not the dorked end.
It was some Mr. Magoo shit.
Dude, it was Mr. McGee. I literally, everyone went, oh, and I looked at our friend Curtis and I was like, am I okay? And he went, yeah. And then later I found out that this is the funniest fucking part to me is that like in between it hitting me in the head and like me asking Curtis, Kyle had been like, if he asks you if he's okay, tell him yes, because if not, he'll freak out and go to the hospital.
And it's true.
No.
Yes. If we were like, dude, I don't know, that's a pretty big lump on your head.
No, I would have. It wasn't split open. I would have been like, I feel okay. There's no concussions. There's no contusion.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have went
They
to the hospital.
listen. They told me that if I get my card punched one more time, I get a free operation of my choice.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get my forehead lowered.
You trying to turn it into a 5 head
I'm
instead
gonna-
of a 6 head?
I'm gonna get my knees raised.
Oh, bud, you're going with being taller. Is that how you're
Oh,
gonna
if you need to get an operation where they just give you money, bud. That'll fix your problems.
Dude, have you seen the surgeries where they fuck with your shins and it actually makes you taller?
No.
Yeah, dude, they do some shit in there and it makes you like 6 inches taller. But
6 inches?
yeah, but it could also paralyze you or some shit. It's like a
That sounds so accurate.
Yeah.
It can either give you a longer dick or every time you talk, shit will come out of your mouth. It's like, how the fuck did you wire my body up so incorrectly?
I think they only do it in Mexico.
That also checks
Yeah,
out.
that's why I was trying to turn JJ onto it. I was like, dude, your dream. You can actually
suboptimal non-insurance mandated healthcare procedures that have pretty high risk, but pretty high risk.
if they add 6 inches to you, you can actually be as tall as you say you are.
Oh. Sad.
Good.
What else has happened, man? I feel like, you're always talking shit about how we're not doing anything, but then your fucking cocksucker stays unopened.
What?
What you got to say? What we got Tom about?
What do you mean?
What's happened in the last few weeks? Bowie?
I feel like we covered most of it.
I have decided to not date. What?
Nothing.
What?
I don't think you're allowed to say you've decided to not date until you have actively not hit on a girl for
I haven't.
a couple of weeks.
I have not. Other than okay. No. After my last experience, which was traumatic with a lowercase t, I have been trying to look at myself to quit side-eyeing me.
I'm straight eyeing you, homie.
No, you're gay on me, Bo.
Oh. Continue.
Yeah. I have decided that. So what I realized is that over the last few years, I have always told myself that I keep an open mind and that I would be open to new experiences as they arise. But what that basically manifested as, I was always dating or pursuing dating somebody. This is the first time in a long time, like years, where I have actively decided to not. Now, I'm not saying I have like a bunch of fucking women beating my door down, being like, "Yeah, give us your pee-pee." Like, I'm not saying that's, or your intellect or your time or your wisdom or your personality or your humor, but none of that is happening. Like, I like to think that I'm more than just an average pee-pee, but that's not happening. But at the same time, like, I am not pursuing anybody. Like, there was one potential thing that happened
Less than a week ago.
and I shut it down, and it hasn't. I did. I said no thanks.
Oh, that.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about when you hit old girl up.
No, we have already talked about that. That's not. That
What,
doesn't
you and
count.
I?
Yeah.
I feel like if you proposition someone.
You and I. That was not a fucking proposition.
All right.
It was a, hey, if you ever want to hang out, let me know. And they said, literally nothing. They said fucking nothing. You know, and then I told Kyle, and I was like, so I'm really into this chick, but I don't think she's not responding. And he was like, well, stop. Don't respond to her. Quit fucking in our friends group. And I was like, I'm not. I just was interested. And then a few days later, he was like, I was like, so I didn't hear back from this person. He was like, wait, did you reach out to her again after I told you not to, or this? And I was like, yeah, I did it again. He's like, what happened? I was like, she didn't say anything. He's like, oh, what the fuck, surprise. What way to fuck? I told you to fuck. And so I deleted that. That has not been a thing.
Dope.
I'm cleansed. I have exercised the demons.
I'm just saying.
Kyle, when someone approaches a grandmaster in karate, you know what they don't say? They don't smack you in the back of the head and say, you can never be this way. They say, good job, keep it up. You have this shit figured out. I'm new on this path. What?
Nothing.
What you got?
I got nothing. Good job, John.
Thank you.
You good job.
Thank you. Like Andrew, nope. Like Joseph Goldstein says in his hour-long exegesis on craving, you have to work on the cravings, and in the moment, you have to address those. And I'm not addicted to. I think this could be a whole other topic. Never mind. We'll save it.
Cool. Our next episode in 3 months.
Someone's going to have to write in the comments to remind me where we ended. John's about to talk about his history of trauma. Just bring that up and be like, don't forget. Because I feel like I've done a lot of growing and thinking.
Good.
And feeling. And I feel like I've learned where the roots of some of my trauma come from. And my personality issues.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
As you're poking your foot. Hell yeah, bro.
What, man?
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this action-packed episode of Savage Discourse. I'm John.
Kyle.
And we'll see you at some point.
Maybe again.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.